All right. So there were two things I wanted to talk about tonight. Obviously, Summit, which I'm going to get to because that's going to take up most of the time. But I want everybody to be aware of the Team Cup also, which will be during the month of August. And if you're a newer coach, which a lot of you guys are, you probably weren't around for the February Team Cup. They do it twice a year, February and August. And basically what we do is we get teams of 5 together, and we get points by our Success Club points. So I think registration is like the end of this week. So I'm going to be like kind of handpicking my team based on who's really engaged in the business, who's getting on calls, who is having a dialogue with me on a daily basis, like who's putting in the work, because I want to make sure that I have people on my team who are actually going to work towards getting points. That's important because there's an individual prize, but then there's also a team prize. And the team prize, I think, is like a sweatshirt or something cool. So I want that sweatshirt. So just keep that in mind. Like if you're interested in being on a team like that, hopefully you'll be asked to join mine, but you can also team up with other people to join a team. They do say that coaches who participate in this particular challenge make, I think, 60% more money than coaches who don't. So it's really important if you want to build your business to be on a team. And obviously, if you're on a team with somebody who is a leader, somebody who has experience with hitting Success Club and hitting high Success Club points, that can be very, very helpful for you too, because having that, it's a little bit more involved because we have like weekly calls and we check in with each other, and there's just a lot of like motivation involved. So I just wanted to let you guys know that's an opportunity for you. I'm going to be really doing some thinking about that over Summit, and then I'll be reaching out to you if I'd like you to join my team. So just make sure that you're really engaged and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. With that being said, I wanted to get into Summit. I don't know if you guys saw the National Wake Up Call this morning, but I want to go over since I'm the only one from our team who's going, because so many of you, recently signed on, I wanted to sort of go over what you can do and how you can leverage Summit even when you're not there. I will tell you personally, and some of you may have heard this story before, I wasn't able to go to Summit last year, and I was heartbroken. Like I was really, really upset. But we closed on our house like the week before, and we weren't if you've ever bought a house, you know that, well, Lisa, I know you just went through this whole process. We didn't know when we were going to close, so I couldn't plan a trip. So I sat on my couch and bawled my eyes out while I watched everything on live stream because I just wanted to be there so badly. But there's so much that you can do, and there was a lot that I did. I was sharing a lot of my teammates' stuff, but I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about some strategy and sort of like what this week is going to look like kind of what the schedule is, so you can watch for stuff and plan for it. So really keep an eye on my page. I'm going to be posting a lot. Keep an eye on the team page. Keep an eye on Amy. A lot of the leaders are going to be posting some really cool stuff. And so I arrive on Wednesday. Wednesday, I just found out, and I didn't know that I qualified for this. Wednesday, I get to do like a VIP shopping experience. They have this thing called the Core. And mind you, I've never been to Summit, so a lot of this is just sort of imagined in my head. I have no idea how any of this is set up. But it's like they set up like almost like a big warehouse, from what I've been told, of just tons of Beachbody stuff, like tons of merchandise and, shirts and workout gear and workout programs. They're going to have Shift Shop there, like the DVDs to purchase, which I'm probably not going to do because I have it already on BOD. But like all kinds of stuff, some of the supplements, some of the equipment that we sell, all kinds of stuff. So usually people have to wait in line for like hours to get in, but because I'm a Success Club All-Star, which means that I hit Success Club consecutively for an entire year, I got to go in there. I wasn't sure if I was going to qualify for that because after I hit Success Club All-Star, I got sick and I missed 2 months, and I thought that you had to continue being in Success Club, but I guess because I had hit that, so I just got the email, so I was excited about that. So that's Wednesday. I arrive at 4:00, and I have to get to we're staying in an Airbnb, so I have to get over there and then go get all my stuff checked in and then go to the Core. And then after that, I'm meeting a bunch of people from the team. They're going to have dinner, but I'm not going to be able to do it because the shopping experience is from 7 to 9, and they were going to have dinner at like 7:30. So I felt like it was more important for me to take advantage of this opportunity. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm meeting up with the team. So I'm probably going to be posting a lot of pictures of like, you know, selfies with like other girls from the team and stuff like that. So that a lot of that kind of stuff is really great to show the kind of community that we have, because that's a really big draw for a lot of people to Beachbody, is that it's not like you like working in a bubble, or even though you're doing home workouts, you're not really alone, because we have this huge community of really amazing people who are very encouraging and supportive and really inspiring. So that's one thing I'm going to be focusing on a lot when I'm there, and you guys can take that stuff too and share those pictures. On Thursday, the daytime is sort of like up in the air. I don't really know. There isn't really much scheduled, but that night is the opening ceremony. And that was what I watched on live stream last year that really got to me, because it was just so intense. Like we had Country Heat launched at Summit last year, just like this year Shift Shop is rolling out. And they had, I don't know, because I don't know country music, but they had like a famous country singer at Summit, like opening it up, and she was singing, and then Autumn came out with like a bunch of dancers, and they were doing all these Country Heat dances and stuff. And it was awesome. Like, even though Country Heat was not my favorite program, because I don't like country music and I don't like to dance. So that was not my jam, but just seeing that and like all the energy and everything, it was just really amazing. So if you, you can get a live stream, it's like an app on your phone. So you can download that and then connect to Beachbody. And then when they start live streaming everything, you can watch everything that they live stream. So I think all of the opening ceremonies, celebration, which closes everything out on Saturday, and I think all of the general sessions, so like all of the trainings and stuff, like the bigger trainings, I think will all be on. If you can't find them on live stream, I'm sure they'll also be on YouTube, because like 500,000 coaches are going to be posting stuff to YouTube also. But that night, I believe it's that night that they do most of the announcements. So they'll announce, excuse me, they'll announce what the new programs will be. They usually announce 1 or 2 new programs that are coming out, any new product launches that there may be, like if there are any new Shakeology flavors or anything. They just released some, so I don't know if they would do that. But like a lot of announcements, like last year, I remember they announced that Court of Force was coming out, and they announced the 3-week yoga retreat. And I think they announced some stuff about BOD. And I think they had like a new flavor of something from the performance line. So you want to be on top of that stuff, because the new product releases are going to be things you want to talk about, because that's like, that stuff always gets people excited. So I'll probably be posting a lot of that stuff too. But if you can get the live stream on Thursday night, I think it starts at 8. Let me just double check the app, but I think it starts at 8. Then you can know at the same time I do, like everything that's happening. Let me just double check that. We have this really cool app for Summit that tells us like everything, like the schedule and where everything is. All right, so Thursday night, opening general session is from 8 to 10:30. So I would highly recommend watching that. Friday is going to be a really big deal, because that's the day that I get to work out with Shaun T and meet him. So that workout is at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Not that I expect you to get up that early just to watch me posting, but I am going to be doing a live video like when he comes out and stuff. And from what I understand in the live workouts, he actually comes out into the crowd. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to kind of get close to him at that point too, so I can take some video. But you can certainly like later on in the day, like share away, like take any of my stuff and share it if you want. So I'll have that. And then Friday morning and afternoon, I'm in trainings all day. So I'll be, I probably won't be sharing a ton of that stuff. Probably like Amy's training, I'll probably share some stuff about how she's my coach and how awesome it is that she's leading a training. But what I'm planning to do with a lot of that stuff is when I come home, I'm gonna incorporate what I learn into some of our team calls and trainings, so that you guys can get the benefit of what I learned and what I took away from the trainings. Friday afternoon, I think from 12:30 to 1:30 is a really big deal, because that's the meet and greet photo op. So I'm just trying to see what time that's at. Friday. Where is it? 12:30 to 1:30. And just a side note, I believe these are Central times, because I think Louisiana is Central Time Zone. So just keep that in mind also. But so I'll be meeting Sean T, Autumn Calabrese, Joel and Jericho from Quarter Force, and Segi Kalev, who is the Body Beast guy, and he did Hammer and Chisel with Autumn. I've done all of their programs. I'm very familiar with all of them. Like, I can't imagine a more amazing lineup. I'm super excited. But so I get a photo op with each one of them. So, and you can bet I'm going to be blowing up your feed at that point. We're like, oh my God, you know, I'm going to be posting everything. So, you know, feel free, like, you don't have to share everything that I post, but like pick and choose. Like if you're doing, you know, if you're doing one of the programs, or like you've done a Sean T program, or you've done 21 Day Fix, you can share the picture that I take and say, how cool is this? My coach just got to meet this trainer who changed my life with this program, or something like that. So you can use that stuff too. And then Friday night is the Success Club party. And that's like, I think it's set. No, it's Friday night. That is something that coaches had to earn. We had to have, we had to hit Success Club, I think in April and May, and we had to have combined points of at least 20 to earn that. And it's like this big party that they're throwing for us. So definitely keep an eye on that too, because that just shows like the recognition that we get. I mean, we earn a lot of cool stuff. I mean, I have like so much stuff from Beachbody, because if I hit Success Club, they send me something like every month. And then Amy has sent me stuff, and I've earned stuff from other things. So we get a lot of swag, but they also, like at events, they really treat us very well and give us all of these opportunities. You know, I mean, my summit experience is going to be very different from somebody who doesn't work as hard, or maybe somebody who's brand new, because the photo op, that Success Club party, that core experience that I get on Wednesday night, like that's not something that everybody gets. And then like people like Amy get even more, because she has an elite reception and she has a leadership thing, and there's like all these different things that they do for us based on like how we perform. So that's something that you can touch upon also, is that Beachbody rewards us for our hard work. So that'll be Friday night. And then Saturday, it's all trainings again during the day. And then Saturday night is celebration. And I think it's similar to the opening session, but people get a little bit more like dressed up. And then Amy is planning a big team photo. So definitely keep an eye on that. And, you know, I would recommend doing something like sharing that picture of all the people. And I don't even know how many people from the team are going to be there, but I mean, we have like 4,000 people on the team. So I can imagine it's going to be a big size. But share that picture and, you know, say something like, I can't wait to be there next year or something, because people really get drawn to Summit. And I know like every coach I know who has been to Summit says that their business explodes afterwards. So, and a lot of it I think is because of that community. So sharing as much of that as possible and talking about how you want to go next year, even if you don't think you want to go, like you're going to go, or at least like, you know, keep an open mind about it and share about it, because it's very possible people are going to say that and be like, well, I want to go to that too. That looks awesome. So you just never know. So that actually closes out Summit. I'm flying home early Monday morning because the flights on Sunday were absolutely absurd, and I wasn't going to pay like an extra $300 to come home like 12 hours earlier. So I leave very early on Monday. Sunday, I just found out today that Amy, she's planning a breakfast for the leaders on the team. So I think there's only going to be like 20 of us, which is awesome because I've never met Amy. I mean, she's been my coach for 2 years and I talk to her all the time, but I've never met her face to face. And I know how crazy busy she is. So I'm really stoked to have this time with her. And that's something that I don't really know. Like, I know how she is. So she's probably going to have us like do a discussion or some, you know, some sort of topic to talk about or whatever, which is fine. But just sort of stay tuned for that, because I will be sharing about that too. That's going to be really meaningful to me because, I mean, at that point, I'll have met her already, but just being able to meet her, you know, and knowing that she's so high up in the company and like everything that she's been able to do, she's a huge inspiration to me and to a lot of people on the team. So that's just going to be really cool. So I do that. And then probably the rest of the day on Sunday, I'm probably going to be catching up on work. And I'm hoping to hook up with a couple of the other leaders and maybe do like a quick video or something just to talk to people about coaching and about our experience and try to get people interested in joining our team. It's just a matter of like figuring out, because I know a lot of people are leaving on Sunday, so just trying to figure out logistics, but I'm hoping to connect with a few people and do that. So just stay tuned, because I know that like throughout the week I might decide like, oh, I'm going to do this, this quick webinar about coaching, invite people or whatever. So just keep an eye on everything I'm posting. And that's pretty much, my whole schedule. I just wanted to see if there was anything else I wanted to go over. Announcements. Oh, the other thing that they will do is, and I can't remember if this is at the opening or closing ceremony, but they will announce the location for Summit next year. I feel like they did Nashville 2 years in a row, but I could be wrong. But I remember last year when they announced that it was New Orleans, even though I wasn't there, I was home watching it and they said New Orleans and I was like, oh my God, because I've always wanted to go there. And I was supposed to go when I, back in like my early 20s, and I had a whole trip planned, and then 9/11 happened, and the person I was supposed to go with was like, I'm not flying. And I mean, it was like a week and a half after that. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm good too. So I never got to go, and I never planned another trip. So I was really excited to hear that. So like I immediately was like, there's no way I'm missing it next year. So it's kind of cool just, to find out where it's going to be. I don't know if they'll do NOLA again or if they'll do something different, but you'll find out. If you're watching live stream, you'll find out everything. So that's pretty much everything, but I just highly recommend that all of you guys, tune in as much as you can, share as much as you can, and just really stress the importance of community, because I think, one of the misconceptions that I think a lot of people have about Beachbody is that you're on your own. And I think people understand, that you do have like someone who signs, recruits you and signs you up, but it's not just about me as your coach. Like we have this whole huge community of people, and the more I connect with them, like not just on our team, but I'm part of a leadership group within the Northeast where I live. And I've connected with a lot of those coaches, and now I'm going to get to connect with people from all over the place, on our team, off of our team, all over the country, Canada, and that we all are on the same mission, and we all have like the same, kind of the same spirit. So I'm really excited to be around that. But I think the more we can share that, the more people will understand what we're all about, and possibly be interested in joining us. So just share away. That's all I've got. I'm going to stop the recording and see if you have any questions.